The Illusion of Free Thinking, Noam Chomsky on how the system controls your mind. What Noam Chomsky really meant about limiting the spectrum of opinion. It won't make sense at first, but the ending hits different. Welcome to Leverage Success, your personal all-in-one self-growth channel for your health and wealth for your better future self. The smart way to keep people passive and obedient is to strictly limit the spectrum of acceptable opinion, but allow very lively debate within that spectrum, even encourage the more critical and dissident views. That gives people the sense that there's free thinking going on, while all the time the presuppositions of the system are being reinforced by the limits put on the range of the debate. Noam Chomsky. Who was Noam Chomsky? Noam Chomsky, born 1928, is one of the most influential intellectuals of the modern era. He's a linguist, philosopher, cognitive scientist, and political critic, best known for revolutionizing linguistics with his theory of generative grammar and for his sharp critiques of media, power, and propaganda. Beyond academia, Chomsky became a global voice for political awareness. His books like Manufacturing Consent, co-authored with Edward S. Herman, and Necessary Illusions, expose how media systems and governments shape public perception, not by censorship, but by subtle control of what's thinkable. This quote captures the heart of that message. The core idea. Chomsky argues that the most effective way to keep people obedient isn't by silencing them outright. It's by controlling the boundaries of what they can talk about. In other words, people are allowed to debate and criticize freely, but only within a safe, predefined range of opinions. That range feels like freedom, but it actually reinforces the very system people believe they're challenging. It's the difference between being free to argue within a box and being free to question why the box exists at all. Breaking down the quote, strictly limit the spectrum of acceptable opinion. Power structures, whether governments, corporations, or media, set invisible boundaries on what's considered reasonable or respectable. Anything outside those boundaries is dismissed as radical, conspiracy, or unrealistic. Example: political debates on TV often feature two parties fiercely arguing about tax policy or healthcare, but both parties accept certain assumptions, like the necessity of capitalism or the military-industrial complex. The system itself remains unquestioned. Allow very lively debate within that spectrum, even encourage it. Chomsky notes that allowing people to argue within those limits actually strengthens the illusion of freedom. People feel empowered because they can choose sides. Example: on social media, people passionately argue about which political candidate is better, but the deeper conversation, why both candidates serve the same corporate interests, rarely reaches the mainstream. That gives people the sense that there's free thinking going on. The public feels intellectually engaged. They believe they're part of a democracy with open discussion. But this freedom is psychological. It exists within a controlled narrative. Example: a citizen can criticize a government's corruption, but questioning the legitimacy of that government structure may be seen as extremist. It's like rearranging the furniture in a prison cell. You have choices, but not freedom. While all the time the presuppositions of the system are being reinforced, because people never question the framework itself, it becomes invisible. Over time, the system's assumptions are treated as common sense. Example: media often debates which products or celebrities are better, but rarely questions consumerism itself. Schools teach critical thinking, but within a curriculum designed to produce workers, not independent thinkers. As a result, the status quo feels natural, and alternatives feel absurd. Real-world illustrations. Politics. Mainstream news portrays political choice as left versus right. Yet both sides uphold the same economic model and global power structure. The real alternatives, like new social or cooperative systems, are excluded from serious discussion. Media, outrage over culture wars and celebrity scandals dominates the news cycle, distracting people from real issues like corporate monopolies, surveillance, and economic inequality. Social media platforms encourage endless debate, but their algorithms amplify emotional content and silence deeper structural critique, like how these same platforms manipulate attention and behavior for profit. The mechanism manufactured public opinion and constructed compliance. Chomsky calls this process manufacturing consent. Rather than forcing people to believe something, the system subtly decides which beliefs are possible to have. We aren't told what to think, we're told what's worth thinking about. And by keeping the conversation confined, the illusion of choice replaces genuine freedom. The takeaway. True freedom isn't found in the ability to argue. It's found in the courage to question why we're arguing within such narrow limits. To think critically is not just to take sides, but to ask, who decided what the sides are? Closing thought. We often mistake noise for freedom. As long as we're shouting within invisible walls, our free thinking is only reinforcing the system that built them. The real awakening begins when we stop debating within the lines and start asking who drew them. Thanks for watching Leverage Success. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Who do you know that would love this video? Share this with them. Your support helps us keep creating, and we'd love to have you and your nearest and dearest as part of our growing community. See you in the next video, every Sunday 9 a.m. UK time.